What's up everyone, Vu of Envu Films back with another video, and today I'm going to be once again talking about lighting for wedding videography, filmmaking, cinematography, what have you. The name changes, the more douchey you feel like you want to be. For the past couple of years, I've been using the Aputure LS60x for my wedding filmmaking needs, and this light has been almost perfect so far. My only real gripe about this light is the fact that it is quite hefty. And as an Asian male, I've been used to carrying around lightweight items for the vast majority of my life. So this is pretty hefty. And it's not only that it's hefty, it takes up a lot of space. So when I travel, I put two of these and my light stands and all the adapters for the batteries themselves in one case, and there goes one of my carry-on cases. And for just general local weddings, it is quite a bit to lug around. It's quite cumbersome to set up. And there's also the fear that my lightweight travel light stands might tip over if someone bumps it, so I have to gaff tape the crap out of the light stands onto the floor. There's a lot of things that can go wrong. There's a lot of things like that to consider. But overall, this light has been fantastic. I've beaten the crap out of these lights. These lights have been almost as used as 8mm film overlays in your wedding films. You know what I'm talking about. With that said, I think I may have found a solution. I can't say that I have officially found it because I haven't necessarily used these lights on a wedding yet because I'm currently in off season. It's March. My season doesn't start until April. So yeah, the light I want to discuss today is the Godox Litemons LC30bi. Clearly, the light is bicolor. It could handle 3200 Kelvin up to 6500 Kelvin, and the light output is 38 watts. And for me, 38 watts will be plenty, and I'll explain to you in a second why this is. My first concern was if this light was even going to be usable for weddings because Godox decided to advertise this light as like a tabletop light. The light that's used mainly for like product videography, photography, something that fits in a tiny space on your desk so that you could like film, I don't know, if you want to like try to sell some scissors or something, you could film that. Now, I think Godox made a mistake because this light is actually a lot brighter than what it's like advertised to be used for. So what I did was I did a very simple test with the Godox LC30bi. I just set it to about 2.5 to 3 feet. I put it at 100% output. I put it at 3200 Kelvin because that is usually the light temperature that I use at weddings because most wedding venues have like tungsten everywhere. And I pointed it at the lux meter and I got approximately 15,000 lux at 100% out of this little light from roughly 2.5 to 3 feet away, which I really don't know what that means. But just from the looks of it, it looked very bright. So I took my Aputure LS60x and because it's a focusable light and this isn't, I changed the focus of the light to match the beam angle that this one has coming out of it. And it's more towards the flood. It's more towards like the flood angle than it is spot. But once I set the beam angle to be about the same, and I put it to about 2.5, 3 feet, somewhere around there, and to get 15,000 lux out of the Aputure LS60x, I had to be at 60% output in 3200 Kelvin. That means at 100%, the Godox LC30bi is only as bright as the Aputure with the same setup at 60% output. And to be quite honest, that is completely fine for me because I rarely ever go past 20 to 25% output on my Aputure 60x on wedding days. A lot of times I'm at 10%, sometimes 15, 20, 25. There has been a time when I did use the Aputure LS60x at 50%, and that was once last year. So with that being said, the LC30bi should be bright enough for all of my uses for wedding films. And of course, it really depends on you as a wedding videographer, what you do. Some of you might use your flood and spot lenses a lot more often than I do. I usually just set it at flood and I leave it, and then it's very rare when I need to use a spot. And if I do, it will most likely be for like a toast during the reception. What I've been doing instead of adjusting the lens on the light is I just have like a separate portable light that I use, that if I needed to light the speaker with a different angle, I just put that light where I need it to be to get a nice light, to get a nice key light on the toaster. So it all depends on your workflow if these lights will work for you. For me, it's usually used to backlight the dance floor. It's to make the dance footage, bride and groom, the party, etc., just look a lot better, have more contrast, have some nice lens flaring, things of that nature. So I think for my use, this light will work perfect. I'm actually using it as a key light right now. It's actually just pointing towards the white. I just have a white sheet taped on my white wall, and I'm just reflecting the Godox LC30bi off of that at 5600 Kelvin, and that is what's giving me my key light right now. So, and it is actually just at 40% brightness. So it tells you that this light is plenty powerful, and clearly you could use it as a key light, if you wanted to. Imagine just having one of these lights in your backpack at all times. You could actually set it up, point it at the wall. If you're in a situation where you're in a dark hotel room during prep and you want some nice lighting for your prep shots, you could easily just reflect it off the wall. And if for some reason the wall isn't white, you could always bring a white diffusion sheet, fold it up, put it in your backpack, take it out, put a little bit of gaff tape on the wall, and then you have a nice little reflector that you could use for your lighting. That is in extreme cases. You may or may not ever do that, but it just gives you an idea of what you can do with these lights, because it's pretty much the size of a lens, a small lens. It is actually smaller than the 24mm or 35mm Sony G Master lens. It's a very, very small light that is lightweight, and like I said, fits very well in your backpack. When you buy the Godox LC30bi, it just comes with the light, this little cold shoe light adapter that enables you to tilt the light. You connect it to your light stand or the hot shoe of your camera. And of course, this side just connects right onto the light right here. And it comes with the standard AC adapter. And of course, the light is only $89. And just to be quite clear with you, yes, I'm a tube doucher, but Godox did not send me this light. I did not reach out to them to send me this light. This is just based out of my curiosity and research the past year or so, trying to figure out a different method to light my wedding films. This is all me and just wanting to improve my workflow, and I'm just sharing this information that I found with you, not connected to any brands. So this light is only 89 bucks. Probably one of the downsides with it is that to make it battery powered, you do have to buy some additional items, in my opinion, to get it to work. Sure, you could probably use this setup as is, put in a light stand, plug it into a wall nearby, and you should be able to get some good lighting for your wedding films. But to make it a full package, you do have to buy things separately. It doesn't, come in a combo. So some of the things I recommend you getting for your wedding videos, if you want to use this light, you want to get the barn door attachment. It's about $10. And it slicks right here magnetically onto your light. It's really easy to take on and off, and you could actually just fold it up like this, and it could still fit in your backpack as normal because it doesn't take up much space. Other attachments, other accessories you need is, of course, a battery power solution. This NP Sony battery handle, as you can see, I have two Sony NP batteries here. It does not come with the kit, so so it's just this really. It has this cable that connects to the light itself, and it also comes with a longer cable if you need it. But it just comes with a handle and this little removable battery plate. You stick it on, you get the picture. And of course, the light just mounts right here, and you could tilt the light with this handle as well. You could actually just hold the light like this if you needed to, film something, hold the light. Or, of course, this right here goes right onto your light stand, and that is how it will sit. That is actually how I have it set up right now, except I'm using a V-mount battery instead of these MP batteries. This handle here with the plate is around 35 bucks. So to get your Godox LC30bi to be more portable and more friendly in terms of like battery use and for wedding videography use and battery use, you'd have to at least get this barn door and you need at least get this battery kit. And that will probably run you $140, $150 per light for your wedding video light kit, which is not bad in my opinion, considering most other lights setups could be like $250, $300 or more. So to use a V-mount battery for the LC30bi, you need to buy the Godox V-mount to AC adapter. So it's pretty much, this plugs into the light, which is clearly just a standard like AC plug. And then this goes into your D-tap of the V-mount. And then you're able to use a V-mount battery, such as this tiny 99 watt-hour Came TV V-mount battery. And then you could just hang it onto the light stand. And now you have V-mount battery power. This cable is also $10, but still, it still keeps the light around like 150 bucks per light after you add all the necessary accessories. So what I'm gonna do now, is I'm gonna just set up this light here as a backlight right now, just to show you what it looks like if you're trying to like use it as a backlight for like a wedding film. This light is currently set up at 3200 Kelvin, 5% output. That's what it looks like here. I'm gonna just try to stick it somewhere in the back. So sorry for that really obnoxious light right there. Again, I also do have a mist filter on my camera. So it is a Freewell versatile mist filter. So that's why it's giving it that halation. But that is actually what I'm looking for on wedding days, is that let's say I have a backlight for the dance floor and then you end up having like a nice little like light source right here that you could, have it flare in and out when people are dancing. And it also gives me a little bit of a kick here to create nice contrast for the subjects on the dance floor. So that's most of the time what I use lighting for. And of course, opposite of this light will be another Litemons LC30bi. So they just kind of cross each other like this, and it gives me the lighting I need to make the dance floor look a lot better. But yeah, let me know what you think of this setup. I mean, for $300, you get two of these lights with everything you need to, shoot a wedding. I mean, the excuses of not using light for wedding receptions should be over, because these are tiny. The whole setup fits in your camera bag. There's no reason why not to set up a light or two, even if you're a solo shooter. With that said, let me know what you think of the lights in the comments below. And hey, if you liked the video, please give it a like, subscribe to the channel, and until next time, lighten up.
Hey man, that a Lume Cube light?
Nah, bro. I never buy Lume Cube in their BS marketing.
Oh my god, that light, it trad. If you want to be the best, if you want to be professional, if you want to be award-winning, you need to buy Lume Cube.
Bro, their mini light is the exact same light as this Chinese brand on Amazon, but for twice the price.
Let me show you. Are you tired of cheap China light? Oh my god, hot trad. Lume Cube light, it's the best. The light so soft. Oh my god, cinematic.
Dude, those lights are hotter than your Vietnamese fish sauce breath.
You need to buy my Lume Cube Cinematic Lighting Masterclass. Only $29.99.